What is up guys, RetroOne here. Today we'll be looking at Gun.Smoke on the NES, another amazing arcade title released by Capcom and one of my favorites on the system. Although its name and theme are similar, Gun.Smoke shares no affiliation with the Western TV show, which is quite the shame because I can only imagine what they could have came up with. Simply to avoid copyright, most likely they just put a dot in the middle name and BAM! Yeah, Gun.Smoke. In Gun.Smoke, you take control of Billy Bob on a quest to stop the Wingates. The Wingates are outlaws that have been terrorizing the ye old West. Some consider the game to be the hardest that Capcom has ever put out on the NES, which is quite the statement considering Capcom's catalog. Looks like I'm at the final for myself. Without further ado, let's get started.
Gun.Smoke is a vertically scrolling shooter similar to the likes of Capcom's Commando in 1942. The main objective of the game is to find a wanted poster in each stage and defeat the boss to continue your quest to stop the Wingates. Casually playing Gun.Smoke, you might realize that stages continue to loop. Well, in order to make it to the boss, you must obtain one of these many wanted posters. There are two ways you can find these wanted posters. You can find them by shooting aimlessly in a stage, or you can purchase them in one of the shops. Note that as levels progress, these wanted posters will increase in price, so your best bet is to use a walkthrough to find all of the free posters. On the other hand, Gun.Smoke has a unique control scheme for a shooter. B shoots your dual-wielding pistols to the left, and A shoots them to the right. Tap both A and B to shoot straight. A little hint of advice is to never shoot straight. My strategy is to have your guns facing the enemies at all times and your back hugging the other side of the screen. As far as controlling your character, all movement and button presses are pixel perfect. However, throughout moderate gameplay, your fingers will feel as if they're going to fall off. In Gun.Smoke, you can't simply hold down the button to shoot. You have to tap the action buttons every time you want to shoot a single bullet. Rapid button presses and speedy flicks of the D-pad will give you carpal tunnel within minutes.
And trust me, your thumbs will be blistered halfway through your playthrough. It seems as if there's no way to get around the button mashing controls. If you're like me and you're using the standard NES controller, which is fine, but there's no turbo feature, and the rectangular design will just dig into your palms within minutes. You can use the NES Max, which also works as a turbo feature, but this circular 3DS style D-pad is, well, to put it nicely, it's crap. So unless some amazing turbo controller falls from the sky, I'm going to be using Reliable. Supposedly there's a cheat code that allows you to control your shots with the D-pad, but I've never gotten it to work. The title screen just fades away too quickly.
Gun.Smoke is by no means an easy game. Gun.Smoke is a brutally hard game that does not hold your hand at any point. Think of it as a bullet hell shooter disguised as a Western arcade game. The seemingly endless amount of enemies and barrage of bullets will certainly be challenging. There are numerous power-ups you can collect in Gun.Smoke. You can collect boots for faster movement, bullets for faster shots, a horse that will grant you 3 extra hits of damage, and a shotgun for increased bullet range. Unlike most arcade games, in Gun.Smoke your high score is a crucial part to the gameplay. Your score acts as your currency in which you can purchase items to help you on your journey. And let me tell you, you need these shops. In one shop you can purchase guns such as a shotgun for crowd control, a machine gun which is best used on bosses, a smart bomb which I can never figure out how to use, and a magnum which blows through enemies like it's nothing. You can purchase the previously mentioned wanted posters in these shops if you're too lazy to find them in the stage. But it's not worth it since they cost as much as an Oculus Rift pre-order. You also want to be on the lookout for cattle skulls which, when collected, reduce the amount of damage you deal, in a game where you already can't deal enough. As far as continues, you're given 3 continues before it's back to the title screen.
However, while this 3 continue room may seem bogus, there's a simple workaround which no one ever seems to notice.
The overall stage design in Gun.Smoke is well done and will help you gain the skills required for the final stage, which is most certainly the most cynical stage in NES history. Stages 1 and 2 teach you well on how to deal with enemies coming from left and right. Stage 3 tests your limits by making you deal with crowd control. Didn't I tell you that shotgun would come in handy? Stage 4 to 5 push the limits further by not only a barrage of enemies coming from the front, but also behind you. The final level, Stage 6, will truly test your patience with invisible bullets. Okay, so the bullets aren't really invisible, but having white bullets on a white background makes them impossible to see. Not to mention that you also fight the final boss in front of a plain white brick road.
Gun.Smoke is a timeless classic which shouldn't get overlooked. Capcom really outdid themselves with this one. Each playthrough will always keep me coming back to see how much farther I can get next time, even if I may throw a couple controllers. Without a doubt, Gun.Smoke gets my rating of 9 out of 10. That is all for today. I'm RetroOne. Hope you enjoyed the video, and have an amazing day.